ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 83, verse number 40. So in the previous class we studied how the various queens, they described how Krishna married them, and the last one was Lakshmana. So she explained how Krishna hit the target of the fish and thus won her hand in marriage. So now the 16,000 queens, they speak. So Purushottam Prabhu.
As we are sharing that all the queens, major, they are all asking for Dasya Bhava, basically Dasya. Though they are in Madhurya, but they are all, so looks like Dasya Bhava is really the base Bhava, and that's what we need to aspire for it. And that's also, I think, said in Guru Darshana. that you chant your holy name and then you get your Dasya Bhava basically. And then whatever reciprocation Krishna wants to do with you, he will give you, he will inspire you for that power. So initially it is all based on Dasya Bhava. Is this the correct or proper understanding?
Yes, every bhava is Dasya bhava only.
Yes.
Jiva Swarup hai Nitya Krishna Das, although they are not Jivas, they are associates. But as far as we are concerned, it's only Dasya. Ekela Ishwar Krishna और सब भृत्य यार ऐसे नेता Saita Chakkara Nitya. So only one Ishvara, everybody is a Dasa. Mahishya Uchuhu Bhaumam Nihatya Saganam Yudhitena Ruddha Gyatvat Nakshitijaye Jita Raja Kanyaha Nirmuchya Sanshriti Vimoksham Anusmaranti Padambujam Parininaya Apta Kamaha. So now the 16,000 queens, they are speaking that they were all captured by Bhaumasura after he had defeated the various kings. Kshiti Jaye Jita Rajakanya. So he went on spree of conquering the kings, defeated them and got their daughters under his captivity. So Krishna, although he is Aptakama, he does not have any need for any marriage, because people marry because they have some need. Otherwise, who wants the trouble? Right? So if you are satisfied yourself, why do you want to get married? So Abel mujhe maar. So Krishna is Aptakama, and still he married after killing Bhaumasura in the battle, and knowing that he has put us in captivity, Gyatvat Nakshitijaye Jitarajakanya Nirmuchya. So he released us from his captivity, and Sansriti Vimoksham Anusmaranti Padambujam. So we were remembering his lotus feet, which brings freedom from bondage to the material world. So knowing this, he married us, Parininaya Yattakama. So that is the 16,000 stories in one sloka. Simplified version. So Kshiti Jaye, Digavijaye, Jitanam Ragyam Kanya, Nayasman Ruddha. So Bhaumasura, he went on Digvijay, conquering the world. So Alexander was not the first one who went on Digvijay. There were many before him. Bhaumasura was one among them. So he is described here that he went to conquer in all directions. And Jitanam Ragyam Kanya Nayasman Ruddha. And those kings whom he conquered, he took away their daughters. And his idea was to marry certain number. So he was collecting them. So when Krishna came to know this, then Gyatva Rodhan Nirmuchya Mochitva, then he released us from his captivity. And Aptakamopiya Parininaya Pariniya Swabharyas Chakare. And although he had no need for marriage, but knowing that we have no one will marry us anyway, and we also wanted to marry him, that's how we were remembering his feet. So he mercifully married us. So it is this Krishna whose lotus dust or dust from his lotus feet they want. So he says that this sloka relates to the third one from this, that is sloka 42, where he says Kamaya Mahe Tasya Śrīmad-Bhāgavata. So about that he says Etasya Padaraja Kamaya Mahe Iti Tritiyena Anvaya. That we desire to have dust from his feet. It is to be related with the third verse. Parinaya Hetu. Why did he marry us? So for that they say Padambujam Anusmaranti, because we were meditating on his lotus feet. Sansritairapi vimoksho yasmat taditi rodhan nirmochane hetu. And meditating on his feet makes one free from the bondage of the material world. What to speak of bondage from the prison of Bhaumasura. Now, just as every queen, after telling how she was married to Krishna, also spoke of her wish that I want to be the maid servant, I want like the broom or the dust foot water, etc. So they also have a wish. And this is very interesting suddenly how they speak it. It has a very important message. These three slokas. Navayam sadhvi samrajyam swarajyam bhajyam apyuta vairajyam parameshtam cha anantyam vaharehe padam. So they are saying that, oh saintly Lady Draupadi, they are speaking to Draupadi, that we do not want any kingdom or kingdom of heaven, Indra, or any objects of enjoyment here or in the heavenly planet. We don't want any mystic perfections, powers, matter-normal powers. We also don't want the post of Brahma Parameshtam. We also don't want liberation, Anantyam, Hare Padam, or even place in Vaikuntha. None of these things we want. So what is that we want? This is the list of things they don't want. And the very fact that they are saying that we don't want this, we don't want that, that implies that they also want something. Otherwise they could simply say we don't want anything. So then they say what is their wish, what is that they desire to have. And this is the message. So they say that Kamayamahe etasya Śrīmad-Bhāgavata Śriyah Kuch kumkum gandhadhyam murdhana vodhum gadabhrata. That we want dust from feet of Krishna. Śrīmad-Bhāgavata. So this is very strange because Krishna is their husband. They are always living with him. So what is the special thing they are asking? We want dust from his feet. But this is a special type of dust they are asking for. And that is the interesting thing. So he says that we want the dust which is mixed with the kumkuma from the breast of Shri, and then that has touched the feet of Krishna. That is what we want. Kuch kumkum gandhadhyam Shriya. Shriya kuch kumkum gandhadhyam. And that is what we want to carry on our head. Murdhana vodhum gadabhrata. So this is also very interesting that This is also available to them because they are in Dwarka and Sri is Rukmani. So what is that they are asking for? And then they say that this dust is not only that we want, Vrajastriyo yad vanchanti, that the women of Vraja also want this. And Pulindyastrani virudha, also the Pulindi woman in the forest, and the Trina virudha, even the creepers and the grass of Vrindavan. Gavas charyato gopa padasparshan mahatmana. And even some gopas, they want it, the touch of the feet of Krishna, and he is tending the cows. So these are important slokas, because after hearing all the stories, this is to show that how the love of the gopis, and among them the love of Srimati Radha, is the topmost love. That even these queens are asking for it. So there is a nice commentary on this. यदि एवं तर्हि स्वपादाम्बुज भक्ताभ्यो भवतीभ्य सर्वान् एव कामान् कृष्णो दास्यति तत्राहु न वयम्. So as if it is Draupadi is saying that if this is the situation, then you are all devoted to Krishna, so Krishna will fulfill all your wishes. So then they say that no, we don't have any such wishes like we want some kingdom, etc. Samrajyam Sarabhamam Padam. Samrajya means the post of being the ruler of the world. Swarajyam Swaswarge Rajta iti Swarat Tasya Bhava Swarajya Indra Padam. Swarajyam means the post of Indra. And Bhojyam Bhukta iti Bhuk Tasya Bhava Bhojya Yatheshta Sarvishya Bhog Bhaktam cha. We don't want any sense objects for our enjoyment. Then Vairajyam, that side we don't want. So what is that? Vividham Rajta iti Virata Bhava Vairajyam. So the essence of Virata, Vairajya, which is Animadi Siddhi Bhaktam. We also don't want the various types of meta-normal perfections like becoming small, becoming big, becoming heavy, becoming light, able to travel anywhere, get anything. None of these things we want. Then what about post of Brahma? That also. Parmeshtam Brahma Padam. Anantyam Moksha. Moksha also we don't want. Hare Padam, place in Lord's Vaikuntha, Salokyadi. No, we don't want. So they deny everything. Tarhi kim kamayadhve. Then what do you want? Etasya Krishnasya Srimad Padaraja eva. That we want dust from Krishna's feet, but not just dust. Tatrapi Shriya Kuch Kumkum Gandhena Adya. That dust which is mixed with the kumkum from the breast of Sri. Now who is this Sri? That is the point to be understood. So he says, Atra Shri Padena Prasiddha Narayan Kanta Lakshmir Na Vachaniya. He says here the word Sri does not refer to Lakshmi, who is in Vaikuntha, who is wife of Narayana. Why is that? Because about her it is already spoken earlier. Tasya khalu yadvanchya Sri Lalna Charattapa iti Nagpatnyadi Vakyat Krishne Kamena eva Sruyate. About Sri it was said that even she performed austerities to attain the feet of Krishna, but she could not. So she only wished it, but she did not get it. So obviously they are not looking for something which is in less than Krishna's feet. They already have Krishna's feet, whose feet Lakshmi wanted but could not attain. So now they are not going to desire something from her. Then Nayam Sriyangau Nitantarate Prasada. Uddhava also said this, that even what gopis got, the Sri or Lakshmi could not get it. So therefore it cannot be that Sri. Na Sripadena Rukmani Uchyate. Then what about Rukmani? Why it cannot be her? Tatrahu Vrajastriyo Yadvanchanti. Because he says that the women of Vraja also want it. Now women of Vraja do not want anything from Rukmani. So Kasmat Krishna Yahayati Prapta Rajya Hita Hita Narendra Kanya Udvahetir Vajastri Namukte Tasyam Tasam Sapatni Bhava Dasuya Eva Natu Tat Sambandhi Tasmin Vancha. Because when Uddhava came with a message to Vraja, at that time gopis spoke that now why Krishna would come here, he is enjoying there, he had married Rukmani. So by that time he had married Rukmani, though why would he like to come here? Narendra Kanya Udvahiya Tatra. So there is no need for him to come here. So for them, they are treating Rukmani like a rival. And if they are treating Rukmani as a rival, they are not going to require the dust which has touched the kumkuma from the breast of Rukmani. That is not possible. So therefore this Sri is some special Sri, and that is what he describes now. So Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Par Devata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva Kanti Sammohani Para. So it is Radhika who is the supreme Devata, and she is goddess who is called Krishna Mai, or means she is fully devoted to Krishna, and she is the source of all Lakshmis. She is the source of all effulgence, and she Sammohini Para, she bewilders even Krishna. So therefore the word Sri here refers to Radha. So therefore that now makes sense, that the queens want dust which has touched the kumkuma from the breast of Radha. And Vrajastriya api vanchanti. Vrajastri also want that because Radha is supreme among them. So iti Brahad Gautamiya Drishtya, this verse is from Brahad Gautami Tantra. Sri Padena Radha eva uchyate. The word Sri here refers only to Radha. Tasyaha kuch kumkum gandhadhyam tatpada rajo Vrajastriya tat sakhya sruhidascha vanchanti eva. And the dust from Krishna's feet, which has been mixed from the kumkum from the breast of Radha, is desirable by the other gopis and also by some Narmasakhas of Krishna. Trinagurudha sakashat pulindyascha vanchanti. And the Pulinda women, the forest ladies, they also want it from the grass which has touched the feet of Krishna. Yaduktam purna pulinda urugaya. This sloka came earlier. Iti atra trinarushitena. So there it is said that Pulindi women also, they got it and they felt very satisfied. Gavah gas chareto mahatmana etasya gopa priya narm sakha kechit subladayascha tat sakhi bhava bhavit matayascha vanchanti. And some Narmasakha like Subala, who were very intimate with Krishna, so they also wanted because they have become influenced by the Sakhi Bhav. So they have also this desire. न केवलं तादृशं तदेव वाञ्छन्ति अपितु तादृश पादस्पर्शं च वाञ्छन्ति. Not only they just want the dust, but they also want the touch of his feet. Tato vayamapi tam cha kamyamahe ityartha. So the meaning is that we also want that. Yadva rajasa eva visheshne padasparsham. Or this touch of the feet is a qualifier of the dust only. Atra asham idrisi kamna taddin arambhe abhavat yasmin dine prem ras prasangta uddhaveva krishna sannidhau रहसी स्त्रीजन महासदसी श्री राधा रूप गुण प्रेम सौभाग्य माधुर्य परम उत्कर्षम श्री कृष्ण वशीकारम अवर्णयत. So when did they got this desire? So he says they got this desire only one day when Uddhava, who was returned back from Vraja, and he was with Krishna because he is very intimate Sakha of Krishna in Dwarka, and Krishna was with the ladies, and then Uddhava was describing the greatness of Radha, her beauty, her love for Krishna. So that is the day that they got this desire that we would like to have such love, because they felt that Krishna is completely under the control of the love of Radha. Krishna Vashikarakam Avarnayat. So there he described the beauty, the qualities, the love, the fortune, the sweetness and greatness of Srimati Radha in the assembly of these queens where Krishna was sitting. Tatra ashtanam rukmanyadinam svesham saubhagya utkarsham maniyantinam tatra sa kamna abhut. So then the 8 principal queens who have their own fortune, they also got this kamna, this desire. Sodash Shastrinam tu tabhyo nyun saubhagya nama bhut. And the 16,000 queens who are lower than these 8 queens, they also got the desire. And therefore it is described yato moshlante sodash sahasra gopa vesadharene krishnena eta adhvani arjuna chidya gokulam anishyate iti kechidahu. So therefore some people say that when Krishna was bringing these 16,000 queens to Hastinapur after Krishna disappeared from the planet, and message was sent to Arjuna to come. So he was carrying, but then he was attacked by the cowherd men, and they snatched away the queens. So he says this cowherd man was none other than but Krishna himself, who came in the form of cowherd man and snatched away the queens from Arjuna and then took the queens to Vrindavan, because this was their wish.
Babaji, the statement of Shri, it is made by the Mahishis, So I didn't understand why Vishwanath Chakravarti is telling that the Vrajadevis have Vaira with Rukmini, so they will not take her as Shri. Why did that come into discussion? Because the speakers are Patta Mahishis,
Because not the queens have Vaira, Vrajgopis, because Vrajgopis themselves said it when Uddhava came.
Yeah, but then Shri is what is there in the mind of the Patta Mahishis, not what is there in the mind of the Gopis.
No, he is commenting that who is this Sri when they are speaking Sri Padraja Sriya.
Yeah.
So he is commenting who is this Sri.
Yeah.
Is it the Sri because popular Sri is Narayan's wife, Lakshmi?
Yeah. That is taken
So he said it is not possible.
Yeah, then Rukmini.
Rukmini is also not possible, and the logic he gives is because Gopis, they consider her as a rival.
Yeah, but not the Mahishis who are speaking this. So
Yeah, because if they consider it a rival, then there is a rivalry between them. And when Mahishis are saying that Rajastri also want it,
like that. Okay.
so why would they want it if they consider her as a rival?
I think Jiva Goswami gives a different logic in. I think in Priti Sandarbha, he will say it is already available for them. So why will they want to aspire for it?
Yeah, but them means who?
The Mahishis, Rukmini's feet dust is already available for them, so there is no point of aspiration. I think in Priti Sandarbha.
Yeah, he says like that.
But also, in 2 verses later, they will make it very clear it is pulling Vrada Devi is only they're talking about. In 43.
Yeah, they're clear, but still 43 we already read. Vajastri.
Sorry. Yeah.
Vanchanti
Pulindi.
So that's why this is the deciding point. Rajastriyo yad vanchanti.
Oh, okay. So that is why he is getting that there. Clear. Okay.
So this is a very interesting statement from the Mahishi, and this was discussed in Priti Sandarbha also to show that how the love of gopis is the highest, superior to the queens. So Jiva Goswami has cited these 3 slokas there also. And this is the end of this chapter. Any questions on this? Otherwise we go to the next chapter.
Babaji, I have a question. So, I was under the impression that when the above is fixed, then the devotee feels completely satisfied and it doesn't desire something else. But here, it seems that the queens, they desire the Vrajabhav. So
when you come to know something better, you desire it.
So then
you're not saying, well, it is written in the book that how is fixed.
Shastra.
Then I should not desire it. Mind doesn't work like that.
Okay. So then Krishna makes all these arrangements to fulfill their desire, basically.
Yes.
Well, just a follow-up. Then this is seen as some kind of sanchari, because they are all satyakamas. If they desire something, it will happen like that. So should
that's why he says that Krishna took them to Braj.
Okay.
Sandeep ji.
Ram Babaji Maharaj. So I just want to confirm that I think we read in Priti Sandarbha, but still I want little confirmation. So within one main bhav, like this Madhurya bhav, if they are designing the dust of Radhika's feet, that means they want to serve Srimati Radhika's lotus feet, and it is like the seva bhav in them to serve these Vraj gopis. So within a main bhav, there can be sub bhavs, like people who, jaise Manjaris, they want to serve the gopis want to serve the principal gopis.
So what is the bhav? It is the same bhav, service bhav, Dasa bhav.
No, why could it be like this classified Madhurya? Because their main point or मतलब उनका main भाव तो सेवा करना है.
That's why I'm saying it's only one bhav, Dasa bhav. Just first fix with Dasa bhav. When Dasa bhav is not there, then all this confusion goes on. Madhurya bhav, this bhav, that bhav, Parkiya, Swakiya. So main bhav is one, Dasa bhav. Then the Dasa bhav itself has variety in it. Everything is a variety of Dasa bhav. That's why all the queens were saying, we are Dasi, we are Dasi. They did not say we are Madhurya Bhav. Nothing like that. His
Babaji, about the 16,000 wives. Did they want Radha's dust that touched Krishna's feet so they can serve Krishna better or love Krishna better? Would that be accurate?
This dust, all these things is just a way of saying it. Dust. What are you going to do with the dust? Suppose you got the dust.
Right.
Then what?
Can't do anything.
You'll become dusty. More than that, what is there? After that, you have to wash yourself. Nobody wants dust. No, the significance is that they want love like that. That we wish we could also love Krishna as they love, or as she loves.
Okay.
And love means anyabhilasita sunyam and anukulena Krishna anushilnam. So that we can also do anukul, which is superior type. So that is cool. To do
Thank
anukul.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else? So chapter 84. So now all these meetings were going on. We are still in Kurukshetra. Now some people come to see Krishna, which is described here. So Sri Shuka uvacha Shrutva pritha subala putriyarthayagyaseni madhavyat Chitipapatne uta svagopyaha Krishna khilatmani haro pranayanubandham sarva vishasmyur alamashru kala kulakshaha. So when Pritha, that is Kunti Devi, and then Subalputri, that is Gandhari, wife of Dhritarashtra, Yagaseni is Draupadi, and Madhavi is Subhadra, and Kshitipapatne and other ladies, remember many kings who have come there, Ambashta, Damghosha and all that. So their wives, they also heard all these stories, the talk, which Draupadi asked this question. So they also heard Utsva Gopya and also the stories about the gopis, that how Krishnaya Khilatmani Haro Pranayanubandham, that how these queens have such love for Sri Krishna, who is Akhilatma, who is the Atma of all beings. So Sarva Vishismyu, they were all very astonished that so much love. And Alamashru Kala Kulakshya, and hearing this, they all had tears in their eyes, that so much love they are having for Sri Krishna. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti comments. Chaturyukasiti tame muni Krishna mithastutihi shaure prashno makhaschato nanda prasthapanadikam. In this 84th chapter, there is a description of the sages coming to visit Krishna and praising him, and Krishna praying to them. Then there is a question of Vasudeva and description of Yajna. And then there is a description how Nanda Maharaj, along with Brajvasis, he leaves for Braja. So all the story will come in this chapter. Then he is commenting on the slokas. Subalputri Gandhari. Subalputri, the daughter of Subala. Here is Gandhari, wife of Dhritarashtra. Yagaseni is Draupadi. Madhavi is Subhadra. and they heard all these things. So now he says that they did not hear all these stories directly there. Why? So he explains that why they did not hear this directly. So he says, Pritha Gandhari Adinam Parampara Eva Shravanam Na Sakshat. Kunti Devi, Gandhari, because they are senior to the queens and other queens also. So they were not present there, because in their presence this type of talk will not happen. So therefore they say Paramparaya Eva Shravanam Na Sakshat. They heard it through somebody else who have heard it there. Tasam agre Draupadyaha Patt Mahishinam cha Swatantrena Tadrish Vinod Varta Prashnottar Kautukasya Anochityat. Because in the presence of Kunti Devi, Gandhari, etc., the dialogue which happened between Draupadi and the Patt Mahishis, the principal queens, how freely and openly they talked with each other, questioning and answering. This would not happen in their presence, because they will be more serious and restricted. Tasmat Draupadi Subhadrayor eva tabhi saha vayasva bhavena tattad auchityat sakshat sravanam. Therefore it is only Draupadi, of course he was asking the question, and Subhadra, who is of the same age. So it was appropriate for them to be together and asking these questions. So then they are the one who heard it directly, and then maybe Draupadi went and told to Kunti Devi and so on. And Kunti may have told to Gandhari. So that's how it went. Gopinam tu tabhi sajatya bhavadeva sahavasthana bhavad ati paramparayaive. And gopis, they also did not hear it directly, because they cannot be with the queens, because the queens have their own protocol and the gopis are just cowherd ladies, so they would not be sitting with them and be in their presence. So they would have heard it even more indirectly, because the queens talked and then the queen's message was spoken by to somebody else and so on. Ateva tatra uta sabdo viprakarsha artha gyapnaya prayukta. Therefore in the sloka Kshitipa patniya uta swagopyaha, the word uta is used to indicate the more indirect hearing by the gopis. Swasabda prayogat tasu eva krishnasya swantrang buddhya prati nisham anyalakshitam parisangvadi vilaso asyatra tu kurukshetre tasmin mahatirthe brahmacharya prasthita eva iti gyayam. But here for the gopis the word swa has been used. Swa means your own. So that word is used only for the gopis. So he says this is an indicative, this is commentator's view, that Krishna at night when nobody saw, he would meet gopis in lonely place. But because they are in this Mahatirtha, in the great holy place, then he is not going to have any affairs with them, because on the Tirtha Sthan he maintained certain religious practice, so brahmacharya pratisthiti, so do not have contact with women. And Vishismyu iti asra kula kulaksha iti, so they were all astonished, surprised, wondered at these stories and how much love they had, that there were tears in their eyes. They manifested symptoms, sattvic bhavas. Gopinam vishmayo svikala cha tasam kinchit svajatiya bhav darshanat krishnasya tattat charitra shravanat cha. Why gopis would have tears in their eyes? Because their love is much more superior than anyone else. So it says because their love is of similar nature, so therefore they also could relate to it. And moreover, they were hearing the story of Krishna, so it brought tears into their eyes. Natu patta mahishisu gopinam kaschid anurage iti geyam. He says gopis do not have any special affection towards the queens because they see them as their rival, that they have snatched away Krishna from us. So there is no such loving affection towards them. So therefore the tears which they came in their eyes is not because they are thinking, oh, these queens are so great. It's just because they also love Krishna and there was a talk of love. So it incited their bhava and then they manifested. So now this is the end of meeting of Krishna with gopis and queens and etc. Iti sambhashamanashu stribhi strishu nirbhir nrishu ayurmuniyastatra Krishna Rama didrikshayah. So at that time when ladies were talking with the ladies, men were talking with the men, at that time many great sages came there to have darshan of Krishna and Balaram. So now he gives the list of the sages who appeared there. Dvaipayano Nardascha Chavno Devalositaha Vishwamitra Shatanando Bharadwajo Gautamaha Rama Sashishyo Bhagavan Vasishto Galavo Bhriguhu Pulastah Kashyapotrischa Markandeyo Brihaspatihi Dvitas Tritascha Ekatascha Brahmaputras Tathangiraha Agastyo Yagyavalkyascha Vamadeva Deyo Parehe. So Vyasadev ji came there, Narada Rishi, Chavan. You heard Chavan Pras in Ayurveda. In the said Chavan, he is the one who gave Chavan Pras. So he also came. Devala, you know, is friend of Narada, Devala, Sita, they are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita also. Vishwamitra, famous Satananda, Bharadwaj, Gautama, Rama is Parshuram, Sashishya Bhagavan. So he came along with his disciples. Vasishtha came, his father of Vyasa, Galava, Bhrigu, then Pulastya, Kashyapa, Atri, Markandeya, Brihaspati. And there are three brothers, Ekta, Dvita and Trita. So they came, they were doing yagya for one king, Mahabharata, there is a story. Then the sons of Brahma, the four Kumaras, Angira, Agastya Muni, Yagyavalkya, Vamdev. Vamdev is famous, there is one Vedanta Sutra, Sastu Upadesastu Vamdevat. So all these sages appeared there to see Krishna and Balaram.
I was just thinking, Vishwamitra, Agastya, they are there in Ramayana, they are there from so long, I don't know.
Whenever their service is needed anywhere, they appear.
So they are actually, are they really just real rishis, or we are seeing them as posts like we see for Indra?
No,
so they are
real.
real rishis.
Yeah.
So they have lifespan over the 4 yugas also.
Yeah. So tan drishtva sahasotthaye pragasina nripadayah Pandavaha Krishna Ramaucha Pranayamur Vishwavanditan. So when they appeared there, they all came in group, one by one. So suddenly when the king saw them, they stood up, who were earlier sitting and meeting and talking, as he said in the sloka that men were talking with men and ladies with ladies. So Pandavas, Krishna, Balram, they all got up and they bowed down to the sages who are honored all over the universe, Vishwavanditan. There is no commentary on this. तानानर्चुर यथा सर्वे सहरामोच्युतोर्चयत् स्वागतासन पाद्यार्घ्य माल्या धूपानुलेपनैः. So then this worship the sages, all of them, they with asana, swagata, come, then seat, water to wash their feet, arghya for the hand, then garland, and then dhoop, incense, sandalwood. So this is the custom to receive. So all the kings, including Krishna and Balram, they all worshipped them. Anarchu yatha sarve sahrama. And then when they had all sitting down, then uvacha sukham asinan bhagavan dharma guptanu sadasas tasya mahato yatvacho anushinvata. Then Sri Krishna, he spoke to them, to the sages, when all the sages have taken their seats, and Krishna, who has accepted a body for protecting the dharma, means accepted means he was manifest here. And when Krishna spoke, everybody heard his words very eagerly with pin drop silence. So it says yata vacho, controlling their speech. Nobody spoke anything. Sadasas tasya mahato, in that big assembly everybody heard him. What is he going to say? So then Bhagavan, he spoke following slokas in praise of the sages. So in the upcoming slokas which he speaks, the main essence which he says is the importance of sadhus and importance of sadhu sangha. That's the main point which he makes. And he speaks in a very humble manner, which is important to see that how Krishna himself, who is worshipable, and they are coming to see him, and later on they will glorify him, but how he is praising them and receiving them just like as if he is one among the crowd. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Sri Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, Aho vayam janma bhrito labdham kartsnena tatphalam devanam api dusprapam yad yogeshvara darshanam. So he says it is a great fortune for us, and today we have perfected our life because we have had the darshan of such great Yogeshwaras, the masters of yoga, whose darshan is rare even for the devas, for gods. So today our life, the very purpose of taking this human body has become successful. Janma bhritaha safal janmano bhavama. So today our life is successful because this is the greatest achievement in human life, that one can get darshan of sadhu. So durlabho manuso deho dehi nam shanu bhangura tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priya darshanam. To attain human birth, this is extremely rare, and although it is very important birth, but body is temporary, and more rare is that as a human being you can get darshan of great devotees. So that's what Krishna is saying, that now life has become successful. Devanam api dusprapam kim punar nirnam atratyanam. Says it is very rare to see you have your darshan even for the devas. What to speak of human beings who are present here and now seeing you. Kim swalpa tapsam nrinam archayam deva chakshusham darshan sparshan prashna pravva padarchanadikam. He says, is it possible to have your darshan who have done for a person who has done very little austerity, swalpa tapsam, archayam dev chakshusham, and who are just doing puja to the deity but don't give respect outside that. So to have your darshan, to have your contact, to ask you question, to bow down to you, to worship your feet and do all these things. He says, do they get opportunity for this? Those who have not performed great austerities, it is not possible. Dharmaguptanu iti anena ho vayam ityadhyastasya vacha kevalam dhargopnartham iti gyapyanti archayam pratimayam eva buddhe buddhinam nati yusmasu tadapi yusmakam idam yusmat kripa vilasitam eva iti bhava. So Krishna was called Dharmaguptanu, that we have this great fortune, and his speech is to protect the dharma. So he is showing how he protects, means by his behavior he is setting example. And people who only worship in the deity form and not the sadhus like you, they do not get the chance to see you. So now we are seeing you. This is also because of your own mercy. Otherwise it is not possible to see you. Nahi ammayani tirthani na deva mritchala maya te punantiru kalene darshana deva sadhava. So he says that some people think that water means the holy place means some source of water, like some pond, some river, and Devata means some form made up. He says, even if they are holy places, even if they are forms of God, then they purify you after a long, long period. Nahi ammayani tirthani na deva mritchala maya te punanti uru kalena darshana deva sadha. They purify you after a long, long period of time, but sadhus, devotees, they purify just by their darshan. So the meaning is that, is it that the holy place is only just water, or is it that the deities are just made of stone, etc.? He says, no, that is not true. But even they do not purify immediately. But the sadhus, no matter how you come in contact with them, unless you are offensive, their presence brings auspiciousness. So therefore he says, darshana deva sadhava. So we'll stop here. He will continue to praise the holy association. We'll do that in the next class.
Is this happening at Brahm Sarovar? Kurukshetra is Brahm Sarovar.
Yeah, it's same place.
It is.
Now it is Brahm Sarovar.